Everyone is loving Pokemon Go. Everyone's raring and ready to go capture some Pokemon. It's really an interesting phenomenon because for me personally, I enjoy the game, but not to the point that a lot of people are going around and spending hours upon hours just walking in circles trying to find the elusive Pokemon. It might be because 20 years ago, I myself have already been doing that in a virtual game. I don't really have a problem going out and walking about and exercising, and that's not really the problem for me. It's just the appeal. There's not much to it. However, boy, Pokemon Go is going to be getting something a little bit less appealing. Ads, believe it or not. Yeah, if you thought microtransactions were bad, well, there's going to be advertisements in Pokemon Go. But there's just one major catch. The advertisements won't be pop-up ads. They won't be ads that pop up when you battle a Pokemon, when you capture a Pokemon, when you start the game. Instead, Niantic, the developer that partnered with Nintendo to produce this app, have approached multiple businesses and business developers and communities, places like malls, and said, hey, if you want to have traffic generated towards your stores, you can pay us to have Pokemon appear in these stores. They went on to say that they will also be discussing the idea of potentially putting in stores and things like that in these locations more than what's already there, so that randomly these very rare Pokemon, these elusive Pokemon, will appear in places like malls, and that will generate foot traffic, perhaps inside a Walmart where you can't catch it from the outside. You have to actually go in and into the center of the store or something like that. And this is supposedly quoted from an individual as an ingenious idea, whereas I just find it to be less aggressive advertising and more annoying, really. Any type of advertising is really annoying to me. And what did you expect from a free-to-play game with extreme microtransactions in it? I mean, the microtransactions, you really don't even have to pay for them. Go to a Pokemon stop and get some free Pokeballs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there are people who really want free-to-play win mechanics, and they will buy $100 worth of something to catch a specific Pokemon, and that's just how it is for them. Me personally, I will never spend a dime on this game. It's just not, it's not that compelling to me. I'm not really excited for it that much. I don't think it's a bad game at all. I honestly don't. And I like the premise that it does get people out interacting socially and walking around. But for me personally, I live in a college town now, and I have never ran into someone playing Pokemon Go. I see people playing Pokemon Go, but I haven't ran into them and like, oh my god, what'd you just catch? Oh, you caught a Charizard? My friend texted me and asked me if I was playing it, but other than that, not really. It's not really a big ticket item for me. I don't know. It is fun. There's no questioning that. The augmented reality thing is really weird, catching a Pokemon in your car or in your house or something where it just doesn't feel right and the Pokemon's floating or something, you know? So there are definitely aspects of this advertisements entering in that I don't like, for the simple matter that it does have microtransactions in it. And you have to think right now, how many other applications have either ads or microtransactions? And there are applications out there and games that have both, but at the same time, it's pretty rare to see a very successful game have both instead of one or the other. Very odd. There's always side things you can buy, like, oh, I don't want any ads, but I don't really count that as a microtransaction. I think that's just to stop the ads and stuff like that. But there's very few games that actually go hard on microtransactions and then also aggressively advertise, because it really detracts the audience. So there's a game I play called Dungeon Boss. You can check out my Dungeon Boss review, and I think it's a really good iOS Android game, a really good RPG game that incorporates a lot of elements in Pokemon without being a complete clone at all. And what they do is they have very severe microtransactions. I'm talking like at times you could pay up to $100 to get, you know, a bunch of shit in the game, but it's still $100. They're microtransactions that range from $2.99 to $100, and that's great because I don't have to watch the ads, because they don't have ads, because they don't need them, because they can afford them with the microtransactions that they charge. And albeit huge and this, that, and the other, you can choose to purchase the microtransactions or not, but you cannot choose to watch the ads or not. You cannot choose to be forced to go to a specific area to catch those specific Pokemon if an advertising vendor does decide to do that. Think about this for a minute. If you want to catch that Snorlax, you're going to have to go to this Domino's Pizzeria, and there are no other Snorlaxes in any other area. So pretty much you're being forced to go there if you want that Snorlax. Now, you do have a choice. You don't have to go there, but then again, if you want that Snorlax, you're going to have to go there. And it is just walking inside. It's not necessarily ordering or doing anything, but then the business vendor does have the right to say, hey, get out of my business store. Stop playing a video game in here if you're not going to buy anything, you know? A lot of the old saying is, are you going to buy something? This isn't a library. Get out. You know what I mean? So that's one concern that I have about this advertising program. While it's nice that they're not bringing in pop-in ads, at the same time, it is concerning that they do need advertisements at all. But then with a game this successful, are you shocked that they're not going to try and make more money? Anyways, it would be in your best interest to invest in Niantic, in stock, and in Nintendo stock. Once again, if you have a couple extra $100, I suggest you do it. I'm going to do it this payday, believe it or not. I am going to own some shares in Nintendo, if not quite a few. Anyways, you guys have yourselves a great day, and as always, good gaming, and God bless.